Imagine waking up in a world 100 years from now. You stretch, yawn, and shuffle to the bathroom. You expect to see the weary marks of time. Wrinkles, graying hair, a body stiff with age. But as you peer into the mirror, you are greeted by the same youthful features, the same energetic eyes, the same vibrant skin you remember from decades past. It's a scene that, for most of human history, belonged only to myth and legend, a fantasy whispered in ancient tales and science fiction. Yet today, we stand on the threshold of making this dream a scientific reality, not thanks to magic, but through the breathtaking discoveries unraveling the deepest secrets of our DNA. Scientists around the globe are racing to decipher the code of aging itself, embarking on a quest that could change what it means to be human. For millennia, the longing for immortality has haunted our stories. The ancient Greeks envisioned gods who never aged. In the 16th century, explorers like Juan Ponce de Leon scoured the jungles of the Americas for the mystical fountain of youth. Medieval alchemists, cloaked in secrecy and candlelight, toiled over bubbling elixirs promising eternal life. Across continents, civilizations, and eras, the fear of aging and the hope of defying it has inspired epic poems, paintings, grand architectural works, and even epic battles for supposed sources of renewal. But today, the landscape has shifted. In our age of digital technology and biotechnology, the fight against aging is no longer just a matter of myth or wishful thinking. It is a global scientific endeavor, blending the power of genetics, chemistry, artificial intelligence, and medicine. The laboratory is now the battleground where humanity confronts its oldest adversary, time. What has fueled this transformation? In recent decades, scientists have made significant strides in identifying the fundamental processes that drive aging. Among the most critical discoveries is the phenomenon known as cellular senescence. When a cell endures too much damage or reaches the end of its natural lifespan, it stops dividing but doesn't die. Instead, it lingers in a zombie-like state, releasing harmful chemicals that inflame and damage surrounding tissues. Over years, the accumulation of these senescent cells is linked to virtually every aspect of aging: wrinkled skin, weakened muscles, stiff joints, heart disease, diabetes, dementia, and even cancer. But here's where the plot twists. Researchers found that by removing these zombie cells, it's possible to restore youthful function to tissues and organs. Enter senolytics, an emerging class of drugs designed to seek out and destroy senescent cells. In laboratory animals, senolytics like ABT-263 have rejuvenated heart and kidney tissues, accelerated healing in aged skin, and even delayed the onset of age-related diseases. Imagine a future where a simple pill could ease arthritic pain, sharpen fading memory, or heal wounds at any age. It sounds miraculous, but it is edging closer to reality every year. And senolytics are just one chapter in this unfolding story. The real blockbuster arrived in the year 2006, when Japanese scientist Shinya Yamanaka discovered a set of 4 proteins, now called the Yamanaka factors, that can reprogram adult cells back into a youthful stem cell-like state. This revelation, which earned Yamanaka the Nobel Prize, unleashed a tidal wave of research around the world. The idea is as audacious as it is simple. Take the old cells in your body and, with a precise signal, rewind their biological clocks so they behave as if they were decades younger. Dr. David Sinclair of Harvard University, a leading pioneer in longevity research, explains, "The main discovery that they work from is the Yamanaka factors, which allow us to turn back the clock on aged cells. Yet, the process is fraught with peril. Fully reverting cells to a stem-like state can strip them of their specialized functions, or in the worst case, cause them to turn cancerous. So, scientists are now exploring safer methods, like partial reprogramming, which gently rejuvenates cells while preserving their identity." One of the most exciting frontiers is the development of single-gene therapies. Take SB000, a breakthrough from Shift Bioscience. This innovative therapy reverses cellular aging, with an efficacy comparable to the Yamanaka factors, but without the associated risks. Dr. Daniel Ives, the company's founder, states, "SB000 marks a major milestone, offering comparable efficacy to the Yamanaka factors, but without the safety concerns. In the lab, introducing this gene has restored youthful properties to aging cells, without triggering dangerous growth or cancer. It suggests a future where gene therapy could be as routine as vaccinations are today." Chemical cocktails provide another avenue. Compounds like VC6TF have shown the ability to restore the nuclear barrier inside cells, a critical structure that deteriorates with age and disrupts cellular function. When this barrier is rebuilt, it signals that the cell is regenerating at the molecular levels. Such findings, published in journals like Nature Communications, have shaken up the scientific community and attracted massive investments from both established pharmaceutical giants and ambitious startups. The business world is abuzz. Analysts estimate that by the year 2034, the global anti-aging market will exceed $140 billion, growing at nearly 7% each year. The global supplements market alone could approach $7 billion by the year 2030, with offerings ranging from ancient herbal remedies to sophisticated biotech formulations. Major players are entering the fray. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has invested hundreds of millions in Altos Labs, a company at the forefront of cellular rejuvenation. Beauty titans like L'Oreal and Estée Lauder are launching new skincare lines powered by biotechnology, promising not mere cosmetic enhancement but true biological renewal. The world's most powerful investors are betting that the next wave of trillion-dollar companies could emerge from the anti-aging revolution. But the gold rush brings both dazzling promise and significant peril. History is littered with cautionary tales. Think of Theranos, the Silicon Valley darling that claimed to revolutionize blood testing, only to collapse in scandal and legal battles. Or FTX, the cryptocurrency exchange that soared and then imploded amid revelations of fraud. When billions of dollars and the promise of eternal youth are on the line, the boundary between innovation and deception can blur in an instant. Novelist Austin Taylor, whose book Notes on Infinity delves into the drama of biotech innovation, observes, "When you dump extreme amounts of money on people who have good ideas, and you encourage them to move fast and break things, the incentive structure you create is not always one that will produce good, sound science." In today's climate, the pressure to deliver rapid results is immense. Scientists and entrepreneurs may feel compelled to cut corners, chase headlines, or make promises they cannot keep. Behind the front-page stories, there are real people, dreamers, researchers, patients, whose lives are shaped by these high-stakes gambles. Zooming out, society is facing a whole new wave of ethical, social, and economic dilemmas. If we gain the ability to manipulate the very mechanisms of aging, who will benefit? Will access be limited to the wealthy, further widening the chasm between rich and poor? Or can governments and global organizations ensure that the fruits of longevity research are shared widely and equitably? Nobel laureate Venki Ramakrishnan poses a question that cuts to the heart of the matter. The question is whether we can tackle aging processes while still keeping us who we are as humans. Imagine a future where living to 100 or even 120 becomes the norm, not the exception. What happens to our families, our communities, our economies? Will retirement systems buckle under the strain of supporting so many long-lived citizens? Will younger generations struggle to find jobs as older workers postpone retirement for decades? Or could this longevity spark a golden age of creativity, wisdom, and collaboration spanning multiple generations? Consider the economic impacts. Extending the healthy lifespan of the average person beyond 100 years could dramatically boost productivity. Experienced professionals could mentor generations of newcomers, start new businesses, and drive innovation. More years in the workforce could fuel economic growth and stability. Yet, there is a flip side. Longer lives could overwhelm social safety nets, strain healthcare systems, and demand new models for retirement, education, and care. Governments may need to rethink everything from the age of retirement to the structure of schooling, as people embark on multiple careers and phases of learning throughout their extended lives. And what about fairness? If anti-aging therapies are expensive, only the wealthy may benefit, deepening social inequalities. Imagine a world where the ultra-rich live for centuries, while the majority age and die as before. Would longevity become the ultimate status symbol? Would discrimination arise against those who cannot, or choose not to, pursue life extension? The debates about justice, resource allocation, and the meaning of natural aging are only beginning. The possibility of germline editing, the ability to change the DNA of future generations, adds another layer of complexity. Should humanity have the power to shape the genetic destiny of our descendants? What if seemingly minor changes trigger unforeseen consequences that ripple through generations? As we stand on the edge of this new frontier, responsible oversight and humility are more vital than ever. Despite these challenges, reasons for optimism abound. The pace of discovery is breathtaking. Recent studies reveal that cyclic expression of the Yamanaka factors in mice can reverse memory loss and rejuvenate brain function, suggesting that even the aging mind can be restored. Senolytic drugs like ABT-263 are accelerating healing and reducing the burden of disease in aging tissues. Even ancient remedies are getting a second look. Reishi mushrooms, treasured in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, are now supported by modern research as agents that can extend health span and reduce age-related inflammation. It's a vivid reminder that the future of longevity may blend the wisdom of the past with the power of 21st century science. Researchers at prestigious institutions like Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory are pushing the boundaries further, reprogramming immune cells, T cells, to slow or even reverse certain aspects of aging. These advances herald a new era of personalized longevity medicine, where treatments are tailored not just to an individual's genetics, but to their entire biological history and lifestyle. Picture your next visit to the doctor. Instead of waiting for illness to strike, your physician might routinely monitor your biological age using advanced biomarkers, tiny chemical signals in your blood, proteins, or even your DNA. With regular checkups, doctors could catch early signs of aging and intervene with targeted approaches, senolytic pills, gene therapies, or custom-made supplements. The goal? To keep you healthy and vibrant for decades longer than anyone thought possible. Artificial intelligence will be a game-changer in this future. AI systems will analyze mountains of genetic and medical data, predicting how each person will respond to different therapies, tracking progress in real time, and even discovering new longevity genes or treatments. The convergence of AI, biotechnology, genomics, and regenerative medicine could transform healthcare and perhaps the very path of human evolution. With every leap forward, however, the shadows of risk and inequality grow longer. As more startups and investors flood the anti-aging field, the potential for hype, misinformation, and outright fraud increases. It is crucial for the public to remain vigilant, skeptical of miracle cures, and demand transparency, thorough testing, and ethical oversight. Regulatory agencies must keep pace, crafting smart policies that protect the public while nurturing genuine innovation. Access must be at the forefront of this revolution. If only the privileged can afford to extend their lives, new forms of injustice may arise. Governments and international organizations may need to step up, funding research, subsidizing proven therapies, and launching educational campaigns to promote healthy aging for all. Beyond policy, there are profound psychological and philosophical questions. What does it mean to live far beyond the traditional lifespan? How would longer lives reshape our relationships, our ambitions, our willingness to take risks? Would we find more happiness or simply more years of struggle? History teaches that life-extending breakthrough, antibiotics, vaccines, clean water, have brought both immense joy and new challenges. The anti-aging revolution promises to be even more transformative, but it requires new forms of wisdom, empathy, and collective decision-making. For individuals, the best advice is to stay informed and cautiously optimistic. Follow reputable scientific news, question bold claims, and remember that the foundation for longevity still rests on the basics: regular exercise, balanced nutrition, restorative sleep, stress management, and meaningful social bonds. These timeless habits remain the bedrock upon which future breakthroughs will build. At a societal level, we must engage in open debates about the future we want. Should we aim for maximum lifespan or maximum quality of life? How do we ensure that innovation serves the common good? Your voice matters in policy, in your community, and in your choices as a consumer and citizen. Nobel laureate Elizabeth Blackburn offers a note of caution. Manipulating telomere length could delay aging, though not stop it entirely. Aging is a multifaceted process, and there may be natural boundaries we cannot cross. But even modest gains, 10, 15, or 20 extra healthy years, could reshape society in ways we can scarcely imagine. So what does all of this mean for you right now? First, it is an invitation to curiosity and lifelong learning. Stay abreast of developments, ask tough questions, and look for evidence before making choices. Second, remember that progress is not just about technology. It's about society, the conversations, values, and policies that will shape the future for generations to come. Demand that innovation be balanced with justice and compassion. And finally, never lose sight of the human dimension. As novelist Austin Taylor reminds us, behind every headline are real stories, real struggles, and real dreams. Empathy, wisdom, and humility will be as important as any scientific discovery. If this journey into the world of longevity has sparked your imagination, please hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Tell us, what would you do with 20 extra healthy years? Would you travel, launch a new career, deepen relationships, or pursue a passion you once set aside? The age of anti-aging is just dawning, and your story could help shape the next chapter of this epic quest.